students, in this video we are going to learn Let's March Standard 10th. So before that we have to know this lesson is a speech given by Kailash Satyarthi. We know that Kailash Satyarthi got a Nobel Prize for his work, whatever he had done in his life for the children. Okay, by founding Bachpan Bachao Andolan, and so that he got the Nobel Award. And at that moment, he had delivered a speech, and that speech is here. So we have to learn this speech today. So before that, we have to know a little bit introduction of Kailash Satyarthi. Kailash Satyarthi is an Indian children's rights and education advocate and an activist against child labor. He founded the Bachpan Bachao Andolan in 1980s and has acted to protect the rights of more than 8,300 children across 144 countries. So we have to know that by this a little bit introduction. Kailash Satyarthi, this personality is working for the children's education and their rights. Okay, he was always against the child labors, and so that he founded an organization, and that name of that organization is Bachpan Bachao Andolan. Not only in India but all over the world, Kailash Satyarthi worked for the children's right and their education. Okay, nearby 144 countries are there in that Kailash Satyarthi had been working. So next thing, he is honored with many awards including Nobel Peace Prize of 2014. He had addressed this speech on the eve of Nobel Prize distribution ceremony. Okay, now let's begin the text. Okay, this lesson is divided into three parts, so we have to begin the first part first. My dear children of the world, your majesties, your royal highnesses, excellencies, distinguished members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, dear brother Tom Hawkin, brothers and sisters, and my dear daughter Malala. Okay, in this first paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just made a salutation to the all people who were there. But the beginning sentence that used by Kailash Satyarthi, that sentence was "My dear children of the world," means he is talking about not only one or two children, or not. He is talking about the children from India. Okay, but he was talking about all over the world's children. After that, he talks about the members who were there as well, the committee also. Okay, we know that the this Nobel Prize was distributed there at Norway. Norway, this is the name of country, and there are some members also. That's why he also saluted them. But not only them. After that, he talks about Tom Hawking. This person also working with him as well. My dear daughter Malala. Okay, my dear daughter Malala. This it means Malala Yousafzai. She was belongs to Pakistan, and she also working for the child's education and child against the child labors. Okay, so that's why Kailash Satyarthi used to say Malala as his daughter. So next para, from this podium of peace and humanity, I am deeply honored to recite a mantra from ancient text of wisdom Vedas. This mantra carries a prayer, an aspiration, and a resolve that has the potential to liberate humanity from all man-made crises. So after that, Kailash Satyarthi talks about. He used to say that he deals with a mantra which was in a Veda. This is a ancient Indian book, and by giving the reference of that book, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that this podium, this whole podium is peace of and humanity. After that, he just want to say that we have to work for the humanity, okay, and we have to work against the things which are crisis, okay, means whatever the problems we are having in this world, we have to work for them, and we have to solve that all problems. We have to get the energy when we read such type of wisdom texts. So simple thing that we have to know from that paragraph. First thing, Kailash Satyarthi said this podium is a piece of peace and humanity. After that, he recite a mantra from Vedas, and by that mantra, he just want to say that uh, we must get the energy by praying to God, and we must have to work for the children's education, and we have to work against the child labor also. Whatever the man-made crises are there, we have to work for that, and each and every children must live their own life. Okay, so we call it liberate the humanity. Okay, so next paragraph is there. Let's talk together in a pursuit of global process. Not a single person should be left out or left behind in any corner of the world, from east to west, from south to north. So, in this paragraph, we have to know that when Kailash Satyarthi started his speech at the time, he used to say that one person, one man cannot do all things, but if we gather together, then we can do so many things, and that's why he appealed to the whole world. We have to come together in this work. Okay, this is a big globe, and in this progress we have to come together, we have to work together, and if we come together all people, then we can do so many things. Okay, there is no person must leave behind, and no person must be left from our group. Each and every corner of this world must we have to reach there, from east to west, from south to north, means each and every place we have to go there, and we have to find out the problems, and we have to find the solutions also. Okay, and for that we need to come together all people. So next paragraph. Let's speak together. Let us, our mind come together, learning from the experiences of our ancestors. Let us together create knowledge for all that benefits all. So once again, he appealed to the whole world. Okay, we have to speak together. Okay, we have to collect our mind. We have to together. We have to make together our mind, and whatever we have learned, whatever we have got from our experience, we have to spread that knowledge in all over the world, because with our knowledge, with our experiences, whatever we have get, then we can share that all knowledge, we can spread that knowledge for the all world, and if we did these things, definitely we will get the success. Okay, so next thing, I bow to my late parents, to my motherland India, and to the Mother Earth. So this is the simple thing that we have to know. When he started his speech at that time, first thing he salute to his late parents, after that motherland India and Mother Earth. With a warm heart, I recall how thousands of times I have been liberated. Each time I have freed a child from slavery. In the first mile of freedom, on their beautiful faces, I see the God smiling. So, in this paragraph, he just want to share the experiences of his life. He freed so many children. Okay, and he used to say one most important experience of his life, when he freed children from the slavery. At that time, he saw a beautiful smile on the beautiful face of their children, and at that time, Kailash Satyarthi thought, this is the smile not only a child, but this smile is of God. Means in that child he used to see a God. So next thing, and only for that thing he was working. Okay, thousands of time he worked so many things, and he made free so many children from the problems. So, and that's why the heart of Kailash Satyarthi becomes so much warm when he freed any children, because when that child smiles at that time, Kailash Satyarthi feel in front of me the God is smiling. Next para. I give the biggest credit to this honor to my movements, Kalukuma, Dhumdas and Adarsh Kishore from India and Iqbal Mashia from Pakistan, who made the supreme sacrifice for protecting the freedom and dignity of children. I humbly accept this award on behalf of all such martyrs, my fellow activists across the world, and my countrymen. So, in this paragraph, we have to know that when Kailash Satyarthi was talking about that honor given by Norway country as a Nobel Peace Prize for him, at that time he didn't forget to talk about the people who were working for him, and in that moment so many people become martyrs there. They sacrifices their lives in that. We can say the person who was from Pakistan, Iqbal Masih, he also sacrificed his life for the freedom and dignity of children as well. Kalo Kumar, Dhumdas and Adarsh Kishore, these three persons from India, these also working for children's freedom, dignity and their education, okay, and making them free from the slavery. So many peoples are there who were working with Kailash Satyarthi, and when this award was awarded, this prize was awarded to Kailash Satyarthi at that time. Kailash Satyarthi accept that award not only for himself, he accept that award on behalf of all people who were working with him as well, the countrymen who always supported him to work such type of good things in the life. So he give whole credit to the person who were working with him in that moment, okay, which was the moment Bachpan Bachao Andolan, this moment. And by this moment Kailash Satyarthi and another peoples who were working with him like Kalo Kumar, Dhumdas, Adarsh Kishore, Iqbal Masiha, Malala, so many peoples were there. So, and so many people sacrificed their lives for this movement, and because of that now we can see there are so many children became freed from the slavery and so many crises. Next paragraph. My journey from great land of Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak and Mahatma Gandhi, India to Norway is a connect between two centers of globe, peace and brotherhood, ancient and modern. So in this paragraph, he just want to say that the journey of Kailash Satyarthi from the great land of Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak and Mahatma Gandhi. We know that these are the great person from India who always give the message for peace. Lord Buddha, we know that this Lord Buddha in his life always talk about non-violence and peace. Guru Nanak and Mahatma Gandhi also. Okay, so these three people were great people, and that's why Kailash Satyarthi talk this the land means the land of India is a great land because of this three person Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak and Mahatma Gandhi, because they always given a message only for peace and non-violence, and that's why he put their name there. And after that he talks there the connection between India and Norway, this is not the present condition but the relation between India and Norway, this is a so much ancient relation, and we know that now this become a global relationship, and Indian people and Norwegian people always live as a brotherhood from ancient to the modern time. Is the connection between India and Norway? This is a perfect connection as a brotherhood, and that's why he used to say there as such type of things. Next thing, next para. Friends, the Novel Committee has generously invited me to present a lecture. Respectfully, I am unable to do that because I am representing here the sound of silence, the cry of innocence, and the face of invisibility. I represent millions of those children who are left behind, and that's why I have kept an empty chair here as a reminder. So, this is the most important paragraph according to me. And in this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say when the Nobel Committee requested Kailash Satyarthi to give a lecture on this beautiful moment for this beautiful eve. At that time, Kailash Satyarthi said he is not able to give the lecture because he is not a lecturer there. He is a representative of all who on in that we can say he is the representative of a sound which was silent and the cry of innocence, the face of invisibility. So these are the phrases. Okay, the sound of silence, it means unheard play of deprived. Okay, the sound of silence, it means by using this phrase, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that there are so many peoples all over the world. Okay, they can't speak. We can't hear the sound of that person. Okay, and Kailash Satyarthi and his team. Okay, in team it means so there are so many people who were working with him. They want to listen that sound. Okay, sound of silence, it means the unheard sound. Okay, and after that he speak about the cry of innocence. Okay, the children who are innocent and they are crying only for those Kailash Satyarthi is there, and there are so many things are remained to work for them, and that's why Kailash Satyarthi used to put a empty chair beside there because that empty chair is the symbol of so many children are there who left, and now we have to work for them, and the this award or this Nobel Prize Kailash Satyarthi got only because of the work of other people, and that's why that empty chair is the symbol of the remaining work. Okay, remaining work means there are so many children all over the world, and for that we have to work, and in that working we have to listen the sound of silence, we have to know the cry of innocence, we have to feel or we have to see that face who is invisible. Okay, and there are millions of children all over the world, and we have to work for them. Next para. I have came here only to share the voices and the dreams of our children because they are all our children. Gesture to everyone in the audience. I have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes. I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. By this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that he is there only to share the voice and dreams of the children. Okay, we know that each and every children is our children. When we say this, it means we are connected to the whole world. And after that, Kailash Satyarthi used to say when he made freed to so many children at that time, in the first look that children were frightened, very fed, and their eyes of the children were exhausted. And we know that when Kailash Satyarthi was just making fruit to the children at that time, he used to heal the injured bodies and broken spirit of that children. Okay, it means by this paragraph he just want to say that he just want to say we have to give the importance to the children and their all rights, their education, because in the world there are so many crises, man-made crises also. Okay, and we have to work for those children who are facing such type of problems, and we have to make them free. After that they will live their childish life. Okay, and in that he had faced uh, the injured bodies of so many childrens. Okay, next para is there. 20 years ago, in the foothills of the Himalayas, I met a small, skinny child laborer. He asked me, "Is the world so poor that he cannot give me a toy and a book instead of forcing me to take a gun or a tool?" This is the so much emotional paragraph, we can say. In this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say the experience of his life. Before 20 years, when he was in the foothills of Himalaya, at that time, he means Kailash Satyarthi met a small child who was working there as a labor. And when Kailash Satyarthi was talking to him at that time, that little child asked much emotional question. And that question was, is this world so poor that it cannot give a toy or a book instead of forcing him to work with gun and tools? So this is a much emotional. According to the children, this world is so poor that this world is not able to give a single toy or a single book to that children, but instead of giving toy and book, this world is forcing to him to work there with guns and tools which are not good for the children. Okay, next para. I met with a Sudanese, a child soldier. He was kidnapped by an extremist militia. As his first training lesson, he was forced to kill his friends and family. He asked me, what's my fault? In this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi once again used to share his own experience when he met a child soldier, okay, from Sudan, and that child was kidnapped by extremist militia. And when that extremist militia was saying to him, at the first time, that children was forced to kill his own friends and the family members. Okay, and when that children was made free from that crisis, and the first question that child used to ask to the Kailash Satyarthi, what was his fault and why the friends and family were killed by himself by the force of that extremist militia. Okay, means the innocence of that child's question makes everyone emotional. Okay, and this is the reality. There are so many children all over the world that are those are facing such type of problems. Okay, so we have to give them their childhood, their rights, their freedom. So next para is there. Friends, all the great religions teach us to care for our children. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them, from the kingdom of God belongs to them." The Holy Quran says, "Kill not your children because of poverty." Okay, in this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi used to say that there are so many religions, and in that religion, we get the message to we have to take care of our children. And he gives the example of Bible, and in that Bible, Jesus, okay, Jesus Christ used to say that, "Let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to them." Okay, it means Jesus Christ just want to say that if we are having children, then we should not hide them, because that children are the part of God's kingdom. Okay, and in second line, Kailash Satyarthi give the reference of Holy Book Quran. Okay, and in that Holy Book Quran, we can find that we should not kill our children because of poverty. Okay, it means the children are the second, we can say children are the second gods. Okay, same as the god, we can say. So in this paragraph, the simple thing we have to know that all over the world, so there are so many religions, and we know that mostly people follows the rules of religion. And same here, Kailash Satyarthi to give the references of Bible and Holy Quran. Okay, by Holy Quran book, he want to say that we should not kill our children because of the poverty, because of poorness. And we know that Jesus Christ also said that we should not hide our children, we should not give any punishment to our children, because that children are the part of God's kingdom, and that's why we have to take care of all children. Next para. Friends, there is no greater violence than to deny the dreams of our children. Therefore, I refuse to accept that all the temples and mosques and churches and prayer houses have no place for the dreams of our children. So, in this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that what is the great violence when we deny the dreams of our children? This is the great violence, and we should not deny the dreams of our children. We have to always accept, we have to fulfill the dreams of our children. And if we are denying the dreams of our children, it means we are doing violence. So we have to give the importance to the dream of children. Okay, so after that he used to say he refused to accept that all the temple and mosques and churches and prayer house have no place for the dreams of our children. Okay, it means he just want to say he refused that things, temples or religious things where we used to go for the prayer. Okay, these things have no place for the dreams of the children. The second thing he used to say, I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure can bring all the children to the classroom. Okay, in this paragraph, he always refused to accept that the world is so poor, and if we tried to put the all children in a classroom, then it is possible. That's why we cannot we must refuse to accept that thing, the world is poor. And third thing is, he says, I refuse to accept that all the laws and constitutions, police and judges are unable to protect our children. I refuse to accept that the shackles of slavery can ever be stronger than the quest of freedom. I refuse to accept here. Okay. After that, Kailash Satyarthi used to say he refused to accept that the laws and constitutions, police and judges, those are unable to protect our to the children. Then once again he used to say he refused to accept that the shackle it means chain of the blind, chain that blinds, chain. Okay, of slavery can ever be stronger than the quest of freedom. I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept here. So by these two lines, he just want to say that if we decided to do, then we can do so many things. Okay, that's why he always repeats. So many people used to say that our laws and constitution is not able to do so many things, but it is possible. But for that we have to give our own contribution for them. And when we give our own contribution for them, then it is possible to save all children. We know that the quest of freedom is always stronger than slavery. Slavery is not stronger than anything. Okay, we can break the chain of slavery with our freedom, and for that we have to work together. Okay, and when we work together, then everything is possible. And there are, after that, we can say there are some lines uh, that are refused to accept by Kailash Satyarthi. And he says there, my only aim in the life is that every child is free to be a child, free to grow and develop, free to eat, sleep, and see daylight, free to laugh and cry, free to play and learn, free to go to school, and above all, free to dream. I have the privilege of working with many courageous people who have the same aim. We have never given up against any threat or attack, and we never will. So, in this paragraph, we have to know that when Kailash Satyarthi used to talk, he used to say that the aim of his life is only that about the children. Each and every children must be live as a child. We should not uh, put any burden on them, and the children must be live as a children. Okay, they should not be a slave of anything. They should not be workers. They should not be a laborer. Okay, children must be children. So after that, he says his aim about the life of children, and he used to say, each and every children must grow and develop. Each and every children must get the food, proper sleep, and the proper daylight also. Okay, each and every children must laugh and cry in their life. It means they have to get their all experiences of their life. Each and every children must play and learn. Each and every children must go to school. Okay, and each and every children must must fulfill the dreams of their own life. Okay, these are the freedoms, and for that freedom, Kailash Satyarthi is working. Okay, and after that, he said he is privileged there because so many courageous peoples are there working with him, and all over the world there are so many peoples who has the same aim like Kailash Satyarthi, and they are always will work in the future also. They will never uh, fear to anything. Okay, so next thing, it means he just want to say that all freedom children must have to get in their life. Okay, and there are so many people, courageous people, who are working for the children's right and education, and for that Kailash Satyarthi appreciate the work of those people also. We have made progress in the last couple of decades. We have reduced the number of out of school children by half. We have reduced the number of child laborers by a third. We have reduced child mortality and malnutrition, and we have prevented millions of deaths. So in this paragraph, he just want to say that we became successful to do for the children so many good works. So many children who were laborers, now they are school children. Okay, there are so many children before some days, before some years, they were laborers, but now they are students. They are going to school and learning so many things. We know that there were so many children who were not getting proper foods, but now they are able to get that all things which they required there. And after that, so many children's died because of not getting proper foods or proper medicines. Okay, and this mortality is reduced. Okay, when when so many people were working for them. So by this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that how so many numbers of children are reduced who were laborers, who were slaves, or who were dead because of not getting proper things in their life. So next thing is there, but let us make no mistake, great challenges still remain. Okay, once again, Kailash Satyarthi used to say that we should not make any mistake because there are so many challenges in front of us, and we have to fulfill them. We have to accept that challenge, and we have to win at that moment. Okay, so many challenges are there, and we have to work for the life of children. Next para. Friends, the biggest challenge or biggest crisis knocking on the door of humankind is fear and intolerance. Okay, in this paragraph, the simple thing is that what is the biggest challenge in front of us? That is fear and intolerance. Okay. Next, we have utterly failed our children in imparting an education that gives the meaning and objective of life, an education that gives a sense of global citizenship among the youth. I am afraid that the day is not very far away when the cumulative result of this failure will culminate in an unprecedented violence, and that will be suicidal for humankind. So, in this paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that what is the real education? Education, it means we should get the objective in our life. We should be a citizen of this globe, okay, and we have to put the fire in the youth. This is the real education. Education means only not going to school, okay. Education means whatever we get, we have to apply that in the life, and we should be a part of this globe, and we should be a citizen of this global. Okay, this is the real education. When we get the proper education, we get the meaning of life, the meaning of education. Okay, and after that, Kailash Satyarthi used to say that he is a little bit afraid for some things. Okay, if we became fail, this is the suicide of humankind. Okay, in which thing if we became fail? If we are educated person and having a good education, and in that situation we are not working for the development of society, development of humankind, then we can say this is the suicide of human race. So whatever we have learned, we have to apply that knowledge for the development or enlightenment of the society, and if we are not doing this, then we are failed in our work. And definitely, if we are doing these things, the whole world you can find only the violence, and we can say this is the suicide. This is the self kill of ourselves as a human being. So when we are getting good education, then we have to apply that for the development of the society. Next para is there. Rights, security, hope can only be restored through education. Okay, we know that when we are education, then we know what are the rights of human being. We get the security, and if when we have an good education, then we always be hopeful. These all things are restored through the education, and that's why education, this is the most important part of human life. Without education, our life is like a hell. Okay, so next para. Young people like Malala, I have started calling her my daughter Malala. Not just Malala, so many daughters, Malala and other daughters, including Kainat, in fact, two Kainats, and Sazia, and the daughters from Africa and from all the world. They are rising up and choosing peace over violence, tolerance over extremism, and courage over the fear. So in this paragraph, he just want to appreciate uh, the person, particularly that girls who are working with Kailash Satyarthi in this movement. In that Malala Yousafzai, we know that we already have seen that thing. According to Kailash Satyarthi, Malala Yousafzai, she is a daughter of his own. In reality, this is the human relation. Okay, Malala, she is belongs to Pakistan. Kailash Satyarthi was belongs to India, but the connection between them is like father and daughter. Okay, not only Malala, but there are so many children, so many girls are there who were working with Kailash Satyarthi for the child's education, child's freedom, and child's right. In that, Kainat, okay, Sajia, oh, and so many daughters, means so many girls are there who are working for the children's right. Okay, and they are facing so many problems. They are rising up their voice against the violence, tolerance, and extremism. They have that courage to face the crisis that those who are in front of them, and that's why Kailash Satyarthi appreciate that all girls, and according to him, that all girls are daughter of him. In that Malala, Kainat, Sajia, and so many girls from Africa also. Okay, who were working with Kailash Satyarthi in the movement of Bachpan Bachao Andolan. Next para. The solutions are remaining, but these solutions cannot be found in the deliberately in conferences alone, and cannot be found in prescriptions from a distance. They lie in a small group and local organizations and individuals who are confronting with the problems every day, even if they remain acknowledged, unrecognized, and unknown to the world. The solution are with them. So, at the end of the first paragraph, Kailash Satyarthi just want to say that solutions are emerging. Okay, means whatever we are facing in this situation, in this condition, there are so many solutions are there. Okay, if we try to find out, we can find so many solutions. Okay, but these solutions cannot be found in the deliberation in the conferences, and cannot be found in the prescriptions from distance. Okay, so we have to find out that. Okay, and after that he used to say these solutions are laid in a small groups, local organization, and in individuals who are confronting. It means facing and attacking with the problems every day. It means uh, by these lines we have to know that the solutions, okay, solutions we cannot get in the conferences and so many things, or in the prescription. Okay, the real solutions we get from local organizations, local groups, or individuals. Okay, if we work in a small group or in a local organization or individuals, then we can find out the solutions. But one thing is there, when we started working by ourselves, then we can find out the solution. Okay, only reading some prescriptions or just attending the conference, we cannot get the solutions of those problems. For that, we have to go on that field, and we have to face the problem, and after that we realize the problems, and after that we will find out the solutions. And for that we have to gather together, and after that it is possible. Okay, we know that in the society is not organized, everyone is spread here and there. Okay, when we come together, definitely we can do so many things for the child's education. Okay, in this way this first part is completed.